Sports Podcast.
The best of the best of the best.
No vengan a frontera a echarte flores.
Le llevamos la mejor noticia del deporte.
Nike.
Eso te da duro.
Dígalo, papi, tú supéralo, ¿oíste?
Put the fries in the bag.
Número por número.
Yo voy a los míos, así que vamos allá.
Fuego, fuego, fire, fire.
Jacob is gonna dog walk.
Casi en la hora cero.
Eso era lo que se esperaba.
We believe. The one that panicked was the head coach.
Ver estos dos mastodontes.
Just don't agree about the format. I think they can.
April Fools. Eso fue lo primero que yo pensé.
Un coach de nombre.
So no, what's going on? I don't
man.
know. All these good.
Está atrasado.
Ay, el Big Three.
Said that dog in them.
Playoff de muerte súbita.
Como que eso no tiene ningún tipo de sentido.
They were too predictable.
Un hincapié para otra situación.
La diferencia es que
We be about it too.
Yeah.
Don't get that twist.
Remember, we don't talk about it, we be about it.
En el USA tú eres un jugador de rol.
tengo que picharte 5 innings sólidos.
It's such a gentleman's game that I love doing this
Aquí
section.
lo sentaron porque no salía con South Sudán.
Son una luchadora de tercera generación.
Ustedes no juntan a Puerto Rico como el deporte lo hace.
And he wins again.
Tenemos un problema grande.
Somos los muchos contra los pocos.
Porque él no se supone que esté ahí.
Scotty is just from another planet.
Pues, a tratar de hacer su nombre.
Tú tienes a Jason Tatum, que viene de ser campeón en Boston.
Es un fanático de los Rexos, te podrás imaginar.
Ah, papi, ese es el último comentario que leo tuyo, entonces.
Mira,
Tiene que coger la paliza que les toca.
Of course, it's a beast, man.
Aplícate. Lo que pasa es que tú no sabes porque tú eres un casual.
Que vive el truco, no necesita magia, papi.
See how the game is letting the future in now.
And we are live. Let's go and get it done. Once again, thank you for being here. Hey, if you guys are watching, if you guys please give us those claps, give us those thumbs up, give us those like and share. It has been a long time for me to make it here. Trust me, yesterday it was a little fight with the internet here and there. I don't know what's going on, but some stuff was going on. But anyway, we're here. We call football for the past 3 weeks. We haven't been here. Military duties, other stuff that came in between all this. But I'm here ready to talk about week 13 and moving from week 13 to week 14. You that see us and always follow us, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be talking about We Call Fantasy Football. After this show is over, later on in the evening, we're going to be talking about that. So please join us in that for you to see what we got going on as far as in fantasy world. I wanted it to mix it up with this one, but unfortunately I can't because we are missing tons of information that I want to put out, and I really want to get with you guys. So it's been a couple weeks crazy for football. Please, before we start, click that like, subscribe, hit that bell for you to be with us today and in the future. You don't miss us. Please follow us. You already know what's the deal. But with that being said, if you see my gear, you see this gear right here? It's Quality Ventilation Gear. Is one of our proud sponsors of We Call Sports Podcast. So let's start with them and let's get it going.
Quality Ventilation, the industry-leading service that keeps your business moving. These certified professionals can install any system that caters your specific needs. Their commitment to superior service to ventilation, maintenance, HVAC, and electrical is second to none. With more than a decade of service around the U.S. and trusted by major companies, Quality Ventilation staff have the experience to deal with all the models of equipment and stay up to date with the latest in technology. If you wish to contact them, please do so by email or visit their website at qualityventilation.net. And remember, se habla español.
And remember, we talk Spanish. Our Quality Ventilation out of Texas, man. Hit them up, whatever you need. It could be AC, electronic, anything. They got you in the panel. Big, small, they do them all, okay? So hit them up. Definitely they will go out there and make it happen. So with that being said, you already see the background. We're already talking about the winners and losers, but let me break it down before I go back in, all right? So topics, winners and losers of week 13 coming up right now. After that, we got top stories. Then after the top story, we're going to pick our week 14, and I'm going to give you some insights about what I think about the Eagles and the issues and a lot of problems that is being surfaced with the Eagles. Pump your brakes. That's all I got to tell you, Eagles fans. But to keep moving on, winners and losers of week 13. All right. So jumping on that, let me start with what is obvious, and it is with the losers. All right. So the losers are obvious. Once again, the Minnesota Vikings. Listen, Minnesota. Listen, we got to work something with y'all. Y'all killing me out here. All right. So let's start with this. What's it called? Your quarterback, your backup quarterback, Brosmer, undrafted rookie. Throw him into the fire pit. 19 or 30, only 126 yards of offense, completed 63 passes. That's the only thing positive of all this. But 4 interceptions. 4 interceptions. You throw your rookie out there. One of them was a pick 6. 64-yarder back. Ernest, I think it's Ernest Jones from the Seahawks. Ridiculous. Like, then you have, not on top of that, then your running back Mason also fumbles as well. Not to tell you that your wide receiver only had 4 yards. Your Pro Bowl wide receiver. Overall, even on fantasy, he was like number 2 pick or something like that. Top 5 guaranteed. We're going to talk about fantasy later on. Just keep with me what I'm trying to tell you. So let's go back in time, Minnesota. Whenever you had Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold, around this time, he was like, what? Like maybe like a 14-3? Oh, well, that's like week 17 in there. We're not in week 17. We're in week 14. So let's put it. Either way, it was a winning record. You guys was up there in the NFC. So, wow. It's just a tough pill to swallow, because right now, that guy that you didn't sign because you did believe in J.J. McCarthy coming from Michigan, coming with the hardball, that he said he was that quarterback, but opted not to get him in the draft, and went with Herbert, obviously, because you had Herbert, better quarterback than JJ by tons. All right, but yeah, that guy, Sam Darnold, how he's doing with the Seahawks? 9-3 in the fight for top seat in NFC West. I wonder what could have happened if somebody was in somebody's ear letting them know, like, hey, listen, guy, we already know that this dude can play, right? Why not sign him? Why not? You got to sit down, Jefferson. Tough calls right now. Tough calls. Listen, this is what we need to do, my guy, to make this happen. We got a good quarterback, but we still do not know what we have with J.J. McCarthy. So the meaning of all this is to don't let this pigeon fly whenever you already have it. And he has proven to you that he can play. Same O-line, same everything. J.J. McCarthy is not producing. Point blank. However you want to put it. At the end of the day, in this game of football, it's what you have done for me lately. And he hasn't done it. Just call him a spade. Point blank. So with that being said, let's go and let's get this negative thing out of here and bring that positive in here. All right. So the positives for week 13 coming out of that. Hey, you guys that are watching, click like, click share, letting everybody know that We Call Football is out here out of We Call Sports Podcast. So thank you for being with us today. So positive of week winners of week 13. Personally, for me, it was the Seahawks. Seahawks didn't give the Vikings a minute. That rookie, not even a minute. 4 interceptions, 7 sacks, 1 out of 14 third downs that he converted. That is top notch. 1 pick 6, like I said earlier, and it's Jones got it. So with this being said, I don't want to keep throwing flowers in the Seahawks because they annihilated the Minnesota Vikings. But with that being said, now the NFC West is on fire, man. You got the Rams at 9-3. You got the Seahawks at 9-3. And then you got the 49ers with a 9-4 record. So listen, guys, NFC West is one of the tightest races right now. The fourth team in that division, the Cardinals, are already eliminated. So they're not even in here. Bye, deuces. You don't care about them, but they're gonna still come out here and play. Divisional games, everybody know they're really, really hard. So it's coming to that game. And guess what? Some of this that you see in the back, the freezing temperatures, is gonna change some of these outcomes. All right. So just give you the Seahawks schedule. The remaining Seahawks schedule. Listen to me. Remaining Seahawks schedule at Falcons, Colts, Rams, at Panthers, at 49ers at the end of the year. So they had 2 home games, 3 away games. The good thing for the Seahawks is they've been a better team away than at home. So they have 3 out of 2 is going to be away. 5-1 record away, 4-2 record at home. So that's outstanding for us. Pretty good, not for us, but for them and the Seahawks. Now, with that being said, let's switch gears to the Rams. Rams. We already know. Stafford, I don't know what Stafford is on, ladies and gentlemen. But for me, Stafford, I love Stafford. I think he's the best quarterback. I got to say, he's the best quarterback in the league right now. For me, right? For me, personal me, because I like the way he conducts, throws the ball, does everything. He does everything except run. All right? But he's not the MVP. We're going to talk about that here in a second. Okay? He's not right now the MVP. Sorry for that. But we will see. Even though he's leading in 32 TDs, but he's not. Anyway, let's go back to the Rams overall. So the Rams have also 5 games left. They're going to go at Cardinals, division game, not easy. Lions, not easy at all. By the way, the Lions is on the road. The Seahawks, the Lions are at home. The Seahawks is on the road. 12 men, big chapter. Guess what? Weather-wise, throwing the ball, the Achilles, the one that carries the Rams is Stafford. Even though Williams out of the backfield, he's doing his thing, but it's not going to be, not with that defense, not with that weather, not with that 12 men out there screaming in the middle of like December. Like, no, I don't see that. Anyway, moving, they got an easy game against my Atlanta Falcons at Atlanta, which is a dome, so it's going to be good. And then they finish at home against the Rams, another divisional. So they got 3 divisional games to close out the year. The Seahawks have only 2 divisional games. That's a big thing right there. That could be a big change. But now let's go to the 9-4 49ers right quick. All right, which they do have a bye week this weekend. But they come out of the bye week and they go against the Titans. We already know. Worst team in the league. Number 1 pick for next year. Blase, skibbo. All right. So we got the Colts at the Colts. They got the Bears, not an easy game. And the Seahawks at home to finish the year. So the 49ers, after the Titans, which the Titans now look like a must-win game for the 49ers. Now we have the Colts, Bears, and Seahawks to finish the year. That's not an easy schedule to finish. So it is, and they are also a better away team with the 6-2 record, and 3 out of the 4 are at home. So we will see. They're going to be challenged. But I'd rather play at home than anyone else, especially in Santa Clara with the weather. It's going to be slightly cold, but not as cold as the north. All right, so stay tuned with that. But I just wanted to tell you about that. But with that being said, good news, shoot, all this information that Nola boy is throwing at me. Like, what's going on? Like, okay, let me bring you back. We was talking about the NFC West, which is one of the top runs right now out there for the playoff picture, right? So moving from there, let's go back to the losers, because I forgot a loser on here. And it's not okay. It's a loser for me personally because I held this quarterback to a high standard, and I know that he came back. I think from an injury. I think it was injury, or he was it was a concussion protocol. I think it was concussions. Okay, well, the Houston Texans, everything running like it's supposed to run on the defense side, and I will put them in the losing side right now because my standards for them are higher and higher because I love CJ Stroud. Yes, I'm a big fan of CJ Stroud. So they face the Colts. The Colts, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know, Jones is suffering from a fibula injury, so a cracked fibula or something like that. I think it is, but it's a fibula, the one that is he's injured, and he's playing basically in one leg. That's what it is. So against the Colts only put 16 points up, but C.A. Stroud 214 passing yards, no TDs, punted 6 times, only converted 4 of 13 first down or third downs. If it wasn't for the defense, they wouldn't won this game. They wouldn't won it. I believe that they're trending in the right direction. I just wanted to see a little bit more about CJ Stroud. And once again, yes, I got him in the loser, but it's because of my high standard for him. And I believe that a high standard for himself, that he holds himself accountable for, and also the Texans fans that want to see him do better. But this was definitely not a big performance in his side. Only 20 points. It was tied for the lowest score as far as in winners on week 13. So that's why I put him in here, because I just want to put him in notice because I love CJ Stroud. I want the Texans to make a run for it. And watch out for them Texans. We're going to be talking about them here soon whenever we make our week 14 picks. All right. So moving to the positive to finish this out. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you were watching, but I was watching. The guy that came back, Joe Burrow, Mr. Vanilla Ice, completed 52% of his passes, 24 passes out of 46 were caught, 261 yards, 2 TD passes with a win, killing the Ravens' 5-game winning streak with a win with 32-14. It just outstanding football. Joe Burrow is product from LSU. You already know he's big time. Whenever Joe Burrow is in the league playing, it brings more to the league. Why? Because Joe Burrow is between all those greats like the Ravens, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, the Mahomes. Like all those are kind of tied up because they have faced each other multiple times, and the games are must-watch TV. So with that being said, I think we got something going out here. Hey, what's going on? My boy Takan, I agree with the higher standards for the Texans offensive side. Yes, it's all good. I completely understand you, man. I like CJ Stroud too much, man. To let him standards, man. I'm a big standards person. So whenever you up to standard, and if you below standards, I'm gonna bring it out and let you know about that. But with that being said, Joe Burrow, outstanding outcome, got you in fantasy. Got you. You already know I didn't put you in, man, but I got another guy called Stafford. So, but Joe Burrow is coming up. He's not yet eliminated. He's still got a puncher's chance, but those Bengals are gonna bring a headache to whoever comes their way in week 14, which we're gonna be talking about them here in a bit. But with that being said, let's go out there and make the transition from the winners and losers to the top stories so far this year. So let's go at it.
We call football.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, top stories time for the 2025/2026 NFL season. This is my top 3 stories right now. All right, you got to understand where I'm coming from. Okay, so we have one of the biggest surprises for me this season, which is my boy, the Tar Heel effing product, Drake May. All right, in his second year, I'm going to give you some numbers. If you're going to see me go, like, look down Trust me, it's a tons of numbers that I want to give you, all right, for you to understand where he's coming from. Yes, you're going to hear people that is ahead of him, but if you compare records and you compare from last year to this year, what team has surprised you the most? It has to be them. It has to. Hands down, it has to be this team. Why it has to be this team? They have the longest winning streak on 10 points differential, 110 points differential. Guess what is the hardest thing to do in the NFL? Win an away game. Why? Because we all know that all NFL fans, we go crazy. You don't believe me? As the offensive coach from the Philadelphia Eagles, that they went into his house and they did something to it. Trust me. Football fans, we are crazy. Point blank. We love our teams. Point blank. We don't care what it is. We go off. All right. We tell it like it is. So now Drake May. His team is 11-2. Best record not only in the AFC, but in the whole entire NFL. That's just coming out of the man. We always knew that the Patriots are known by their defense. So the problem always been is just scoring. Dude is a beast. All right. So he's fourth on completions, ladies and gentlemen. He has thrown 386 passes. 276 has been catched. In that time, as of today, the one that has got better numbers than him, which he's fourth on completions, remember that, are only 3 people, right? Number 1 is Dak Prescott. But there's a caveat to all this. I'm going to give you the numbers right here. So Dak Prescott is the number 1 on completions. Number 2 on completion is Jared Goff from the Detroit Tigers. Lions. And then Mahomes is 3rd. And then Drake May is 4th. Let me tell you a little something. Remember, Drake May only has thrown 386 times. All those 3 that are above him, have thrown at least 100 times more than him. The other one is about 40, 47, 50 times more. The other one is like 40 times more. And the other one is almost 100, which is the number 1. Dak has thrown more than him. But he has better numbers overall. All right. So that's an attempt. He's outside of the attempt out of the top 10. All 3 ahead of him has been more attempts. I already told you that. 71.5%. He's in completions. That is the number 1 in the NFL. Look, every time he throws the ball, 71% of the time, almost 72%. Let's round it up. For those that know math, 72. They're going to catch it. That's the highest number in the NFL. He has 3,412 passing yards, second to Dak with 36, and Dak played this week. My guy, Drake May, he's in a bye week. Remember that. All right. So 8.2 on yards average whenever he passed. That's second among the NFLs. With going first is Sam Darnold with 9.0. 23 fourth TD, fourth in the league with 23 TDs passing. Number 1 is Stafford with 32. Number 2 is Dak with 26. And Goff with 3rd is Goff with 26 as well. And then it's Drake May with 23. 6 interceptions. 6 interceptions. Listen to this. 6 interceptions better than Dak that has 10. Mahomes has 7. It's a top 10 with the fewest interception this year. The lowest guy with fewer interceptions this year is Jalen Hurts from the Eagles with only 2. Remember that whenever I talk about the Eagles. Jalen Hurts is the fewest guy that thrown interception this year. All right, with 2. And on top of that, Drake May, he's not doing it. Don't tell me, the offensive line is doing a great job because no, my guy. He's been sacked 40 times. Guess what? That's number 2, the most. You know who's been sacked the most than him? Cam Ward in the Titans. So don't give me that crap about the offensive line. The offensive line, if it gets better, which they should get better with the draft next year, wait for Drake May. I'm telling you, it's just gonna get better and better. I'm not a Patriots fan, ladies and gentlemen. I'm a Falcon fan. I heard it. Point blank. I've been hurting. All right, this is a done deal for me. So I haven't been eliminated with the Falcons, but I just want that put that clear. I'm not a Patriots fan, but my guy Drake May, coming from my favorite university, the Tar Heels, yeah, he's making it. He's making it happen. But something that's surprising, he's not only throwing, he's also running the ball pretty good. 219 yards is number 7 among quarterbacks right now. And for that, he's not known. He's not the fastest guy in the field, but he can go up and down and get that first yard and move those chains just to bring another opportunity for the Patriots. So that's why I love Drake May to be the MVP. First thing, the Patriots came out of nowhere. Oh, by the way, those that run among the quarterbacks that run the ball, the leader is Josh Allen with 409 yards. He's like 80, 90 yards out from being the first guy. The second most, and listen to me, Eagles fan, because I want to talk about y'all in a minute. The second in attempt rushing behind Hurts, which Hurts is the number 1 right now in attempt rushing yards. The second is Drake May. So listen, he's doing his thing. Drake May is doing his thing for me, besides being a big surprise, because usually rookies or sophomores, their second year, they're not that good. Look at CJ Stroud. Injuries, got it, blah, 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 skipple. Jaden Daniels, got it, blah, blah, blah. Injury, skipple. Not a big season as a sophomore, right? But now, it's just weird to see a sophomore season to run like Drake May is running right now, all right? But with that caveat, that's why I give the MVP to the Patriots, just because they got the best team right now, 10 consecutive wins, all the numbers that I just gave you. He's a top 5, top 4 among most of the stats. QBR out this world. So the passing percentage 71.5. I would take 6 interception all day, every day. Listen, I'll take that home. I deal with that. I can take that to the bank. All right, but I wish he can bring that down a little bit more. But with that being said, I think the Patriots are in great hands with him. So moving now to Bo Nix and the Denver Broncos. Listen, 10-2. The Denver Broncos is the second best team, second best record. Well, you are what your record says you are. So yes, therefore they're the second best team in the AFC with a winning streak of 9. All right, they are perfect at home with a 6-0 record. Just to let you know, you don't want to play this team at home. All right, so the mile high is real, ladies and gentlemen. So with that being said, let me go and give you some of the stats out here. Yes, he was drafted 12th overall pick in 2024. Khalid Williams, the Drake Mays, and all these people got drafted before him. That guy looks like he's going on back-to-back year to the playoffs once again. So first week as a rookie starter, he's the first week 1 rookie starter in the franchise history since John Elway in 1983. That tells you a lot right there about the character and the potential of this quarterback. All right, Bo Nix, which I'm going to be honest with you, I didn't see that coming with Bo Nix. I wasn't a big fan about the Oregon Duck quarterback. I really was kind of subjective. I was more with Khalid Williams. There were Drake May because of, I follow him because of the Tar Heels or whatever. But definitely surprised me, Bo Nix, in the first year. First playoff berth with a 10-7 record since 2015, whenever they lost in the wild card against the Bills. Obviously, you want to listen. I'll be all right. You went against Allen and them boys. You're gonna lose. I'm sorry. You don't got it like that. But it was a big challenge. It was a good game, though. It was a good game. It was a back and forth game. So current record, like I said, is 10-2. Like I said, it's stated there. Second best in the AFC West. Second best in the AFC, and they're leading the AFC West. It's not even close. You know who are also, he has I just saw it, top 12 offense in the league, and they got a top 5 defense in the league as well. So the Chargers, and I was one of the biggest fans for Herbert earlier this year through a program talking about he's my early candidate for MVP this year. And he did a couple of things. He did his numbers. He started kind of hot, but then he just melt down. Plus, he got a hand injury right now. So I don't know why the Chargers are trying to push him, but that's the second team with an 8-4 record out there in the AFC West. It's not even close right now. It's not even close for the Broncos. The Broncos are going to the playoffs, point blank. On top of that, since 2015, they don't win the AFC West since 2015. They're gonna win it this year. Breaking that. So Raiders, Packers. Oh, to finish the year, they got the Raiders, the Packers, the Jags, the Chiefs, and the Chargers. A little bit shaky. The Raiders, that's a win. The Packers, that's a good game. That's gonna be a good game. Really good game. The Jags are hot right now. Another good game. The Chiefs, by then, they're gonna be eliminated. The Chiefs is not gonna make the playoffs, ladies and gentlemen. So Arrowhead is gonna be closed coming up on January. All right. So, and the Chargers is to close the season, so I think they're gonna be all right. They'll be all right overall. But that's my second best story of this year. Bo Nix kind of in his second year, like I said about Drake May. Usually rookie quarterbacks get that first year. It's outstanding. I'm sorry, I just see the message right now. So that first year for quarterbacks, it's like that rookie year is outstanding. But that sophomore year, everybody has clips on you. Everybody can see what you're doing. I mean, granted, 10-2, Bo Nix, it hasn't been pretty, but he has got it done. At the end of the day, he got it done, ladies and gentlemen. I'd rather have a 10-2 record than have a whatever record I got right now. All right? So, or a Cleveland Browns record, right? And it's, it's his defense, but look at the Cleveland Browns. They got great defense, but what about the offense? You see what I'm saying? You got to have a happy medium in there. It's not only one way. So let me go out here to the comments out here. All right. May definitely should be the MVP conversation, but I don't think he will get unless the Patriots make a playoff deep run. That's okay. If they make a deep run, yes, it matters, but it doesn't matter, right? Because it's the MVP of the regular season. Right. Even though I get where you're coming from, because sometimes whenever they have like a little doubts of he shouldn't be or he shouldn't. Oh, let me see what he's done in the postseason. Right. That postseason is like little frosting on the top. Right. But I will see what happens with that. But I'm with you. But I don't think it's gonna happen on playoff runs. I think on the playoff he probably wins one game, but I don't think they're gonna go personally. I don't think they go all the way to the end. All right, I got Hush, which is my guy, my co-host, the one that's always with me. Hush, thank you for being with me, at least through the chat. All I know is that I predicted that Bears were going to be good since last season. That's true. Hush has been predicting that. He's been singing that song for like last year and until up to this year. He's been singing it, and I truly been impressed with them. I didn't see that coming. Obviously, we've seen the Bears that have a lot of defense, but the offense is always struggling. Khalid Williams had done a major turnaround. The problem with them right now and that offense is the offensive line. Khalid Williams is running more than what he should be running right now. So he's rushing too much for my liking. All right. So it says, Tacon says everything is clicking now for the Broncos offense, defense, coaching, despite their tough schedule. Yes, that's true. They got a tough schedule. Everything is clicking. Everything's looking real good out there. We will see what happens right now. I think Sultan comes back for the defense, so that's going to be open that island up there by itself is going to be guarding the defense and going to give those those edge rushers a straight hit to attack most of the time. Hush again says, for me, the Broncos are on fraud watch. I don't know. Second, AFC West leading 10-2. The Chargers don't look like a pretty good competitive thing. I don't think so, Hush. It says, Tocon. Yeah, I'm with you, Tocon. I think these two solid. All right. For the last top story of the year for myself, and it should be the number one story around it. Let me let you guys know my boy Myles Garrett. My boy Myles Garrett, I made a clip talking about he signing back with the with the Cleveland Browns. He knew what he was getting himself into, so he said, "Well, let me go ahead." Which I don't think too much about the guy in the mirror because this is a team sport. However, that's all I gotta get. What the guy in the mirror is gonna give me because I can't count on my offense right now or my sucky coach with Kevin Stefanski. So I'm gonna go out there and get it. That's the best thing I can do. So let me tell you some accolades. And once again, I'm gonna be looking down because it's too much for me to memorize. Listen, it's tons. And before I keep going, please hit this like, hit share, and keep following us here at We Call Sport Podcast, We Call Football Edition, every Wednesday. This Wednesday we couldn't come out, but the makeup day is usually Friday. Friday had internet issues, but I'm here today making it happen. And for those that follow us at We Call Fantasy Football, and the NFL and the league, I'm going to throw that league later on today. So please stay tuned. That's coming. Got a lot to say about that, especially the two guys that I'm watching too. Anyway, so Myles Garrett, 19 sacks through 12 games, ladies and gentlemen. 15 sacks in the last 6 games, most in any 6-game span since sacks became official on 1982. I will pause for thoughts. He broke Brown's sack record, who was held by who? By him. He put the record, and I broke my record, which it was a 16 sacks. And he didn't did it once. He did it twice. On 2021 and 2022, both years, 16 sacks. That's a lot to say right there. Also, he only needs 3.5 to break the all-time NFL single record. All right. So 22.5. Stay tuned. It's coming. The reason why it's coming, because the Cleveland Browns face the Titans, which are allowed 48 sacks to Cam Ward. That's the most in the NFL. So with 48. Then they have the Bears. Toughie because Khalil Williams is a mover. So it's a toughie to get him. All right. You got to trap that guy. The Bills, toughie too as well, because Josh Allen is a big dude. He can, move around. The Steelers. Now, here we go. You can tee off on Aaron Rodgers if he's there. If not, if it's Rudolph, you still can tee off on him. And then the Bengals with Joe Burrow. It's going to be toughie. So I will see if he doesn't get in the first two, Khalil Williams, the next big bet is the Steelers. But he has a chance. Only needs 3.5 sacks to get the all-time single record of 22.5. Clear. And if you don't have him, if you don't got this guy already has in the bag the defense of player of the year. All right. Award that he already won in 2023. So it's not no big scheme. No, we're not hiding nothing for nobody. This dude should be the defensive player of the year. Whenever your offensive line has to prep multiple schemes to get this dude off his quarterback, and shout out to his other offensive line, defensive line of the Cleveland Browns. They're scary as hell. So if the Cleveland Browns I think it's a top 2 defense in the league. So it's the second most defense, the best defense right underneath the Texans, the Cleveland Browns. So shout out to them, and this will kill it. So remember, I told you that he had he recorded another record. I'm just giving you records that he's killing. So record that he recorded. All right, 12 sacks in 6 straight seasons is the NFL record that was set by Lawrence Taylor. Remember that from the New York Giants? Lawrence Taylor loved the earrings and all that. It was a beast. He said the record was in 5 years consecutive with 12 sacks. My guy just broke it 6 years straight. Myles Garrett is a beast. He's the youngest to record 100 career sacks as far as 24. I'm sorry. So letting you know all these numbers right here on Myles Garrett for you to sit back and understand the greatness that is coming out of Myles Garrett this season. You've never seen a season like this season as far as defensive tackle like Myles Garrett. Point blank. Last time you probably saw it was Lawrence Taylor. That's a long time ago, guys. I see. So stay tuned with that. So I got them going out here saying I thought he was look for his money back somewhere else. That dude deserved the trophy. Yes, he does deserve it. Defensive player, he already got it on. He already got it. The bag, you knew what was coming with the bag. You're not dumb, right? And to be honest with you, we can say what we can say, but like players like Myles Garrett, they have to give you the bag or whatever, right? They give you, I think, was it like 80 million guarantee or something like that. It was a big number of guarantee. And I think the number of guarantee money was the reason why he stayed. But on top of that, and the caveat on top is to stay with the team that gave you the chance to start in the NFL. You know, I love like the Kobe Bryants, right? I love those guys that stayed with the same organization that drafted you. That's a lot to say for me. I love whenever I see players like that, like Dallas with Nowitzki, you know, all that. So I love to see that. Can't wait for that to stay, and we will see what happens. All right. But with that being said, that's the top stories for me and this year. So with that, we're gonna move on to my picks in week 14. So at this time, just look at your picks. Let me know who you got, and let's talk about that. You probably won't agree, and that's great. You don't agree. So let's go.
We call football.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, week 14 already went underway. The Dallas Cowboys traveled to the Detroit Lions den. And I forgot to give one of the good things, but I'll say it right here, right now. All right, so some things that I want to take about this game, which, by the way, was a great game. Halftime was 20-9. You gotta understand that the Lions are an offensive team that is gonna be out of this world. They're not gonna back down for nobody, especially whenever they got Gibbs, who just joined Barry Sanders as the only players with 45 TDs before the age of 24 after 3 TDs Thursday Night Football, exploiting against the Dallas Cowboys. Listen, just giving you facts. And that's why you hear we call football. Get your facts right. All right, so a lot of people ask, and I've been hearing from the media about Pickens' devotement to running the routes. Pickens here, Pickens there. Pickens, he didn't run his route. Oh, we saw the Steelers Pickens. That's why the Steelers let him go. Listen, guy, Dallas Cowboys don't care about, they shouldn't care as much as the defensive side. Why? In the defensive side, listen, these guys are the 4th worst overall defense in the league. Passing defense, they're the 2nd worst. Rushing defense, they are the number 20 in the league. They can stop a hiccup. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you are focusing on Pickens, you are focusing on the wrong thing. All right, the thing to focus on is on the defensive side of the Dallas Cowboys, which the Michael Parsons trade looked like you are a dumb ass, Jerry. I'm sorry. I don't care. Oh, you moved out. That's a dumb ass decision. Because look at the Packers, how they're looking right now. Oh, want to see it? Oh, where's the Packers? Okay, let's look right quick on the where's the Packers right quick before I keep talking. All right, Packers. All right. Total defense. The Packers are the 4th best team in the NFL. They were not there last year. You see what I'm saying? Do not do the magician. Look at this while I trick you over here. Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. ESPN and this organization, don't do that to me. I hate that. Don't do that to me. Don't put this on Pickens. Pickens is not the issue. You can stop nobody. All right? Number 1 offense against the third offense overall in the league. Got it. They're going to score. But don't do this. Talking about Pickens whenever you know that the defense is the problem, the Achilles heel. Don't do that to me. I hate it whenever they do. And it's just, I'm done with it. All right. Oh, by the way, thank you for Bates, the kicker of the Lions. Gave me 19 points in my fantasy. I love you, bro. All right. So moving forward. Worst defense and third down, by the way, the Dallas Cowboys. Worst defense and third down. Can't stop a hiccup. All right? 48% of the time. So that means that more than half of the time that you run it, or you go for the third down, you're going to probably complete it. All right? So stop with the magician. Oh, Pickens. The defense is the problem. Yeah, that's it. Don't tell me nothing else about Dallas. Don't tell me. Offense clicking. No problem. No issues. Lamb went out. Yeah, Pickens should have stepped out the game. Got it. It was 29-9. Interception. A fumble. Not things like that happen. Guess what? Done deal. What is the problem with you guys? Killing me. 11 possessions. This is one of the stats that just kicks me. All right. 11 possessions the Lions had. They scored on 8. One of them, they missed a field goal. That's how much starring that defense is right now. So Dallas Cowboys, do not go for the magician. Don't focus on Pickens, man. Keep looking at the defense. Worst defense in the league. Nothing else to say. Point blank. We're moving forward. Seahawks are going to go and visit the Atlanta Falcons. I don't got too much to say besides buckle up, Atlanta. I want to buckle up. I'm the Atlanta Falcon fan here. I'm one of one because probably you don't have another friend that's an Atlanta Falcon fan like me. So unless you're from Atlanta and you follow the team or whatever, I got you. I'm with you. I'm suffering just like you. But the Seahawks right now are a way better team, and their defense is out of this world. And Cousins is not going to be moving around, and they're going to go after Cousins. And they got how many interceptions? They probably going to get like 4 or 5 too as well against Atlanta in Atlanta. I'll be surprised. And that Seahawks offense, it is nothing to joke with. All right. My secondary, Bates, the safeties, gotta be on top of my boys. So point blank, Atlanta's getting their ass whooped. Point blank. Just keep it a buck. Well, one of the most interesting games right here. The Tennessee Titans are going to Cleveland. Listen, rookie against rookie. Number 1 pick against the number what was Shador? I think it was like 5th round pick. Almost out there. Shador, I'm with you. I got the Cleveland Browns. The reason why I don't feel that much comfortable with the offense. Why? Oh my God. What? Pasinski, what's his name? Oh, Kevin Stefanski. Kevin Stefanski. You are. How are you not going to have your quarterbacks ready? Quarterback development. Everybody's been talking about that. I'm not going to repeat what everybody says. I'm just giving you the facts. My boy Shador didn't look good out there whenever you put him out there. And let's face it, too. You didn't want to put him out there. It's just the only one that you had at the time. All right? Because Joe Flacco, you traded him. All right? What are we talking about right here? Dude went out there and played really good with no coaching whatsoever. Kevin? Home Alone, you're going to be gone next year. You're going to miss me when I'm gone. Hell no. Anyway, Cleveland Browns win this one by a mile. This not even should be close because I think Myles Garrett is going to be all over Cam Ward. And top of that, Cam Garrett could potentially be closer, which he will. So, like, I will say he will be three sacks closer to the record coming out of this game. And that's my prediction right there. All right. So, moving from that to the Washington Commanders going to Minnesota. J.J. McCarthy will be back, and also Jaden Daniels will be back. And I got a lot of people going with the Vikings. I'm not going with the Vikings. The only thing good that the Vikings got besides Jefferson is the defensive coordinator with Flores. That's it. And I hope he does a good scheme. I got it what they did last week against the Texans or whatever. Yeah, blah, skippo. No, they don't convince me. You guys don't convince me. Point blank. I got Jaden Daniels. He's hungry. He wants to play. He wants to go out there and make it happen. Before I move to the next one, let me put out my boy Tocon, which he's off with us live because the Falcons performance Seahawks game did not get the prime time. They wouldn't even get it for a minute. Not even, I don't think they even bird game. Yeah. One-sided it's going to be at least. Well, I got Jaden Daniels and the Commanders. I think I believe they got the power to go against that defense and make it happen. So we will see. And I'm also a big Jaden Daniels fan, and I want him to come back from this arm injury he had earlier this year and be excellent. So moving forward, for me, the third best game of this weekend is the Bengals and the Bills. It's going to be, ladies and gentlemen, let me be clear. This is the time whenever you have to look the weather, whenever you're making bets, whenever you're making fantasy picks, whenever you're making deciding fantasy starts and who to sit down. Why? Weathers are going to be in the low 18, 17, minus, even in the minus, low 4s and 3s. Listen, football changes a lot around this time. So if you're not a football follower and you are kind of wanting to put a bet here and there, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be it. This is it. All right? Cold weather teams. If you're not in a dome, look for that. Kickers that you have in fantasy and they're not in a dome, you might want to look into it for just a little sprinkle on the top. All right? So on this particular one, I gotta go with the home team, even though hell no. I'm going with the Bengals. Who they, right? My guy's not here, but whenever he comes around, he's gonna probably say, who they, right? I'm gonna go with the Bengals. I think the Bengals have the most power coming out of winning against the Ravens. And they got the better upside. And none of these two teams have defense. Both defense sucks. So who has the better offense? Joe Burrow, by far. So I do have the Bengals going in there and getting that dub, make it 2-2 since Joe Burrow came back. All right. So interesting matchup. I want your eyes are gonna go like this because whenever I look for this information, my eyes went like holy Krabby Patties. All right. This for me is the number one game of the 1 o'clock. Reason why teams are tied in their division, 6-6. Another major reason why is because there is no loss on this rivalry, ladies and gentlemen. Every time you see that purple and gold going at each other, it's gonna be a game. All right, it's gonna be a great game, point blank. All right. Before I jump in here, click like, click share, and keep posting us up. You already know what's the deal. What we got going on here at We Call Sports Podcast via We Call Football. All right. So please click like, click share, and keep moving up. Keep moving around with us. All right. You're gonna like it. I promise you that. All right. Moving forward. Baltimore Ravens and Steelers. Tomlin and Harbaugh. Tomlin started as the Steelers coach at 2007. Harbaugh, 2008. these two gentlemen have been going at each other 36 times. Out of those 36 times, the leader that has come out of this has been Tomlin. 21 wins to include playoffs, and 16 losses against Harbaugh. Harbaugh got 60 wins, Tomlin 21. Regular season, Tomlin is 19-15. It's a 56% winning record against the Baltimore Ravens. One of the reasons why I think Tomlin still has a job, because they beating their division and they making the playoff year after year. And I got some of you guys are like, but that's all they're doing. You know how hard it is to make the playoffs? All right. So with that being said, 37 times they have met. 3 of them has been in the playoff. In the playoff, Tomlin also has the lead 2-1 over Harbaugh. The only win that Harbaugh had was a division game against the Steelers in 2010, which he won. So 38 meetings of the two coaches. Let me let you know another fun fact. This two are the second most frequent coaching matchups in NFL history. All right, with 38, about to be 38 this week, 14. The number one is George Halas with Corey Lambeau with 49 in 1921 through 1953. Just giving you facts once again. That is eye-opening right there. Out of those 37 games that these two already have faced, Tomlin and Harbaugh, 28 of them have been a one-score game. And 19 of those 28 has been 3 points or fewer. So guess what is the best game this upcoming weekend? Steelers and Ravens. Guaranteed. And I guarantee you they're going to be in prime time. Guaranteed. That's going to happen. All right. So that's how the biggest part, the rivalry, the long time that these two coaches have faced each other, the Steelers and the Ravens, 38, about to be 38. Tomlin leading the way with 21 wins in this rivalry. Listen, this is pay-per-view for free. I'm telling you right now. This is must-see TV, ladies and gentlemen. On this particular time, the Ravens will win this game. It's going to be at home. Lamar Jackson is cruising. He came out from a loss against the Bengals, but I think Lamar got it with the Steelers. The Steelers, I don't think they're going to be moving the ball that well in the offensive side. So this is going to be a close game, as history has showed us, but it's going to be overcome by Lamar Jackson and his running. And remember, it's going to be cold too in Baltimore. All right, moving from that to the one that nobody cares, the Dolphins against the Jets. The Miami Dolphins visit the Jets. Listen, it's so crazy. This game is so crazy that Tua has never lost against the Jets in his career. He will lose this weekend. Telling you why? He doesn't do good on cold weather. I'm placing the facts around here. All right. So he's 3-8 on December. Tua, bad record in December. They're gonna meet in December, and that record is gonna go to 3-9. All right. So we will see what happens with that. But I got the Jets winning. Plus the Jets got a 2-game winning streak, beating my Falcons last week. Still hurting about that, but we still moving on. All right, the Aints against the Bucks. Don't want to pick between these two teams. I hate them both, but I'm gonna go for sake of the podcast and stuff. I gotta go and pick one, right? I gotta go with the Bucks. This is gonna be an easy win for them. The Aints, basically, they're looking for the offense, and they can't find nobody in the offense besides Kamara. And Kamara is like, I can tolerate all this because I want to retire the Saints. But anyway. Moving forward to the number 2 game, the second best game on the 1 o'clock. I was going to say 1300. Ladies and gentlemen, I am military. So I bring out 1300 all the time. So at 1 o'clock, the Colts visit the Jaguars. Listen, the Jaguars are in a 3-game winning streak. They are hot. They're clicking. My boy Myers, it is... He has some touchdowns, which I'm going to talk about that on the fantasy side later on today. But the Jaguars, for me, are going to win this one. Why? Jones has a fibula fracture fibula. So he won't be. He's not 100%. I don't know why they keep having him in there. I just don't know why he's still playing, to be honest with you. The Colts they were up here, and then they started descending down since Jones had the injury. Within all the other stuff as well, injury also piling up in the Colts side. Just to go around it, first meeting of those two of the Colts and the Jags this season, they're going to meet again on week 17. So stay prime, stay alert, stay alive, because the Jaguars and Colts are going to meet again after this weekend. So this is an important matchup. They both tied, if I'm not mistaken. They're both tied, but I'm going to look for the number of the record. I'm sorry. And for that, so on top of that, the schedule for the Jaguars is the Jets, the Broncos, the Colts, and the Titans. Then the Jets is at home, the Broncos is at Broncos, at Colts, and the final game of the season is the Titans at home. Pretty easy schedule, if you ask me. All right, they got 2 home and 2 away. Also, out of those 4, only 2 of them are winning records. But don't sleep on the Jets. Once again, don't sleep on the Jets. So the Colts, they have the Seahawks at Seahawks. They got the 49ers at home. Both teams that I just mentioned are winning records. The Jaguars are a divisional game. And then they got the Texans at Texas. So I don't think, let me tell you right now, coming to live, the Colts are not going to make the playoffs. I said it. The Colts are not making the playoffs. After all that run, they're not making the playoffs. I don't see them beating the Seahawks. I don't see them beating the Jaguars. Let's start by that. I don't see them beating the Seahawks. I don't see them beating the 9-4 49ers. I don't see them beating the Jags twice in a year. Don't think so. And the Texans with the number 1 defense. No. I don't see it. I just don't see it. I don't see them making the playoffs. So moving forward, the Broncos go out there to Las Vegas, and Bo Nix is going to let you know why he's still it is what it is. He's good. Tell you that efficiency starts with the Bo. It ends with a Nix. Okay? So once again, the Broncos going to go all over the Raiders, which the Raiders, I think they're going to bench Gino. I think they will bench Gino for this game. That's kind of crazy, being so that they just traded for him. So, yeah, we will see what happens with that. The Raiders are a hot mess and have one of the core fans, the hardcore fans in the league, and he's just still problematic. All right, best game in the late window. It is the Bears against the Green Bay Packers. Ladies and gentlemen, this game, first of all, remember about the weather. You see the background? The background tells you already something right here. The weather. See that? See that? I had the privilege to go and be and watch a game in Lambeau Field. One of my boys went out there. Lambeau Field is the mecca of football. If you don't know, if you haven't been there, you need to take a trip to go to Lambeau Field. Point blank. All right, it's outstanding. You can feel the love and for the game. As soon as you go into that field, the surroundings are great. Fans are great. But yeah, it's something else whenever you go to Lambeau. So with that being said, the weather factor, like I was saying, weather factor is going to be 19. It feels like 2 degrees that day. What's going to happen? What's going to happen is that running game is going to be a big factor in all this. All right, so the defense, the 4th overall defense, will have to contain Caleb Williams if they want to come out with a win. Caleb Williams, I don't know. I don't know what we're going to do. Moore has to catch the ball more, but something is going to give. By the way, the record for the Colts and the Jags is 8-4. Forgot to put it on my notes. So both 8-4 records. So it's going to be tight. And the Texans is 7-5. They're looming in. That's why I'm not so crazy with neither of the two teams, because I love the Texans with the #1 defense. All right, moving forward. Green Bay and the Bears. Also for the NFC North, they also tied with, not tied, they are 9-3. The Bears are leading it, and 8-3-1. Listen, hush. I know you were looking at this and listening to this. You want them to kill each other. This is the perfect game for you. You're going to love this. You're going to sit back and get your popcorn and just let them fight for it, right? Because you loom in from the back. You 8-5 is good too as well. So you are looming in, trying to see what's going on, see if you can snatch the NFC North from the Bears as well. But I do have the Green Bay Packers winning this one. Tell you why. The mix between defense and offense that the Green Bay Packers have, especially if Jacobs is running the ball, it's outstanding. I love Love as a quarterback. He has matured a lot. I love the Green Bay Packers overall organization because they believe on drafting quarterbacks and explain to the quarterback that you're gonna have your chance, but it won't come in 1, 2, 3 years, probably 4th year or something like that. Love how many years he was sitting down behind Rodgers. So that organization for that, and if you know you're a quarterback coming out of college and that organization drafts you, you know you're gonna be sitting for your ass for a long time. But might as well just sit down and take notes because you're gonna need it. You're gonna need it. And whenever you get a chance to get up into the field, it's gonna be different. You gotta step up into it and make it happen. With that being said, I ramble too much about the Green Bay Packers. I just love the culture of the organization. The Green Bay Packers come out with the dub out of here at home. They got the edge plus the fan base, the weather base, which is cold also at the Bears later out there in Soldier Field. But playing in Green Bay, they should be both teams should be acclimated already. But overall, better defense, better offense, more multiple deep threats, and better O-line is the Green Bay Packers. So for that is my pick. All right, so the Rams and the Cardinals. This will be no outside. It's going to be in the dome out there in the desert. And the Rams got this one pretty easy, but do not lay back because the Cardinals come out with a fighting chance or a puncher's chance, whatever it is, however you say it. And they will actually make it happen. I have 2 comments in here. Let me go out there and get them. I got Jay Salas out here from we call Sports Puerto Rico, making it happen. He says Dímelo, and then siendo Patriots for life. He's a Patriots fan for life. You're loving them this year because your Patriots is 11-2 with the best record in the NFL, Baba. So you're loving it. All right, moving forward. For me, what I was looking for, the Texans against the Kansas City Chiefs. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the end of an era. Mahomes and Andy Reid will not make the playoffs. Not as a wild card, not as a winner or nothing, division winner, nothing. They're not going to make it. Not going to make it right now. The Texans must win this game if they want to keep in the race to go out there and win the AFC South. So they're going to come out here and they're going to put a better performance that they did last week against the Colts. I expect CJ Stroud to get at least a passing touchdown in at a minimum. All right. That's what I'm expecting from him. And the defense will take care of that offensive line and Patrick Mahomes at the end of the day. It says, I have hope to go to the Super Bowl. I don't know if you guys are going to make it to the Super Bowl only because of the lack of experience. But you guys are definitely heading in the right direction. All right. So the Eagles for Monday Night Football going out there to LA to face the Chargers. I'm going to take you to another side because I want to explain what's going on with the Eagles. I hear a lot of noise. So let's go out there and break it down for those Eagles fans.
We call football.
All right. Obviously, Eagles and Chargers, Eagles gonna win. Point blank. Don't even look at it. Why? Herbert, the best player, the quarterback that they have, they don't have a good backup either that can come out there and make it happen. Eagles are gonna win. Point blank. All right. This is when I go the F off. All right. I heard coaches, I heard people in the media, Jalen Hurts must run more. My God. Jalen Hurts. He attempted the most rushing with 84 in the league so far this year. Do you know that before you open your mouth? You didn't, because you opened your mouth. 1, 2. He is 300. He has 329 yards, 8 touchdowns, second on that among quarterbacks. Yeah. My guy. Whenever second to Jalen, Josh Allen, which is first. My guy. Whenever you talk about Jalen Hurts, you talking about the standard right now. Because why? Because they won the Super Bowl. You remember a couple years ago, whenever they lost 6 of 7, and everybody was asking for my guy Nick Sirianni to get fired. What Sirianni said? He pulled up Aaron Rodgers. Hey, relax, calm down. We got this. We're gonna make it happen. Next thing you know, controversial call on a 4th down against the Packers. I think it was. Couple here and there 90s. Here and there 90 this, whatever. But he took you to the 2023 Super Bowl. He lost against the Kansas City Chiefs, but he took you there. Almost won that game too. Nobody said nothing. But he came in 2025 and won it. So he got you the 2nd Super Bowl win in your franchise history. All my Eagle fans out there were going crazy. Only now that you having some controversy with some players not performing up to standards, are you guys going crazy? You're asking what's going on in the Eagles organization, what's going on here and there. Calm the hell down. You guys are winning your division, your NFC East, 8-4. The 6-6 Dallas, they not gonna make nothing happen. Stop it. Stop it with the Cowboys. December comes, Cowboys, they get contagious with losing. They get addicted to losing. That's it. Point blank. Let's go. Next one, right? The Eagles have beaten the Rams, have beaten the Bucks, have beaten the Packers and the Lions. 4 elite teams, which those 4 teams have been considered to winning the Super Bowl or Super Bowl contenders, right? If you say it. I understand that some of the concerns come out of the defensive side with Jalen Carter, a.k.a. the Llama. I call him the Llama because he spit on earlier at Dak Prescott. He's the 9th overall pick of the 2023 draft. Yeah, he got some procedure done in his shoulders or whatever, but they're going to be okay. I don't know why you guys are talking too much with the 8-4. They're going to beat the Chargers. They're going to go to 9-4. Jalen Hurts on the road is 28-3. He got this on his back. A better passing rating scheme with 103% completed percentage. Stop it. The offensive coach got it. We fans are crazy. By the way, do not support that. We call sports. Do not support that. Fans get on the offensive coach house and stuff like that. You guys are crazy. But we don't support that. But we understand because we part of the fan base and we understand that some of us are taking it to the extreme. But however, don't go crazy, Eagles fan. Just calm down. It could be worse. You could be a Cleveland Brown. You could be a Raiders. You could be a Titan. You could be a Cardinal. You could be a Giants fan. Or you could be an H fan, which they already eliminated on the playoffs. All teams that I just gave you. You are leading and you're on your way to go into the playoffs to defend your Super Bowl. While we are going crazy, I would love for an Eagles fan to explain to me this. Why are we going crazy? Why? You got players are healthy. Brown He's the mad dog. He wants the ball. He wants to produce. He wants to do it. And by the way, he's producing right now. What are we talking about? Jalen Hurts not running? Man, I just gave you the numbers. He's the most attempted rushing quarterback in the league with 84. What are we talking about? What? What are we talking about right now? Stop it. They're gonna be okay. Come around. They're gonna win. They're gonna win the AFC, the NFCs. They're gonna win the NFCs, and they're gonna go to the playoffs. That's it. Why are we talking about the Eagles about big collapse? Don't make it bigger than what it is, my guys. Don't make it any bigger than what it really, really is. I got Toko with me saying, do you see the Eagles going to the Super Bowl again? Yes, I do see them going to the Super Bowl again. They can be in there. They can be in the mix. Listen, they can be in the mix. The only problem with them is not the offense. If the offense clicks like we already seen it, for me, is them stopping people. Right now, they are not even in the top 10 on defense, overall defense. They in the middle of the pack. As a matter of fact, overall, they're 25th in the league of 32. So the defense has to crank up and come together on the playoffs, which we have seen defense crank it up in the playoffs. Example, the Kansas City Chiefs. Never known for the defense, but whenever playoffs comes around, the defense plays really good. So we have examples of that overall. So they have the firepower on the offense. It's a matter of everything clicking right now. And they still have 4 to 5 weeks to the end of the season. Come on, man. I don't foresee any issues, man. They're gonna be okay. They're gonna get this happen, and they're gonna go over along with this, and they're gonna make it. So, yes, ladies and gentlemen, that time of this program came along, and it's that time to say goodbye. So let's get out.
We call football.
All right. Thank you for being with me, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, as always. Please hit that like, subscribe button out there, and press on that bell for you every time we come out. Get you some good content. Hey, listen, we call fantasy sports. It's going to be later on, edition NFL. We're going to be talking about our 2 leagues. If you don't know what we're talking about, please join us over there. And then next year, you can join the league, and you're going to see what we become part of. We got 2 leagues, which I'm going to be talking about. So that's going to come out here later today. So with that being said, please stay tuned. We have more programs during the week. Soon to come is going to be the golf season. Is going to kick off here in January with the Century. There's whatever this gentleman right here, and Miguel, is going to be out there talking to you about the golf world. Also, we're going to be talking about the NBA fantasy on Mondays as well with my other 4 commissioners about the NBA fantasy league that we got going on. There's 4 different leagues, 48 teams, ladies and gentlemen, are in this league. I expect next year to have like 6 new leagues and 2 more commissioners out there in the program, which is going to be outstanding. This keeps growing and growing. So on Tuesday, we call Sports Puerto Rico with Jay Sala is going to be out there making it happen. You're going to be talking about anything from in Puerto Rico sports. Like right now, volleyball is big. The LBP, La Liga Puertorriqueña, it's running right now out there in Puerto Rico. It's one of the best leagues. The upcoming leagues for the BSN, which is the national league, the big league in Puerto Rico. On Wednesday, you're going to have me, We Call Football, out here talking about the Week 14 winners and losers, and giving you my picks and giving you a little bit more insight of other stuff that is going on in the league. On top of that, Thursday, the main cast of We Call Sport Podcast, we're going to be talking about NBA, baseball, and the biggest thing is boxing, which tonight we have Roach and my boy Pitbull out there with a big fight tonight. So I hope you guys are tuning into that, and tune in on Thursday because we're going to be talking about that. On Friday is the makeup day. If you don't see no programs running around those particular times, Friday is the makeup day. Saturday, as we call wrestling, they're going to be talking about the WWE and other big wrestling fans, AEW and NXT as well. So they got all that packed up on Saturdays. And obviously, Mondays, you're going to see me here again. Okay, so thank you for being with us. It's outstanding. I love football. This is the best time of the year. Whenever you see that outside, you see the background with the cold weather coming in and the snow, and it's the best time ever. So, hey, stay with your loved ones. Any issues, concerns, please call somebody, talk to people. You know, life is only one. People love you. You just don't hear it enough. People, I don't know why they don't come out here and say it or express the caring about others a little bit more. But, hey, don't do it. You got a purpose on life, and you got to keep moving forward. Don't do it for nobody. Just go out there and get it done. Once again, Nolo Boy, hashtag Red Cup, the Red Cup. That Tocon got me, still with me, still alert, still alive out here. And this is all for We Call Football. Thank you for being with us out here, and We Call Sports Podcast.
We call football.